try and treat the company as part of our extended family. And we understand that everybody who comes and dedicates themselves to it and its progress is a piece of our larger family, and their families are also linked to us. So.
One of the things that I think is a challenge for a lot of family businesses is attracting and retaining top talent, because in most family businesses, those top leadership roles often do end up with members of the family that own the company or founded the company. Any of you care to comment on things you've done or how you've addressed the issue of retention of key people within your organization, providing meaningful career paths, making it a rewarding place for them to work, recognizing that someday someone else with the right DNA is going to perhaps be the leader of the organization, or leaders of key roles, taking key roles in the organization.
You didn't want this one. When the time came that my father spoke to me about joining the business, I was reminded that for generations, all Bradfords have known their father's broke, but grandpa's got some money. And he said to me, you know, whether you work here or not, this company can mean something to you financially in the future, unless you come here and screw it up. Because everybody's going to watch and see what time you show up, what time you leave, whether you take on the hard jobs or pass on the hard jobs, and don't darken the door unless you're ready to do that. Now, let me tell you, one of the problems I have being a Bradford at the Bradford company is trying to convey to new employees that when I ask them to do something, can you fix the rattling heater vent in my office? I want that to be put on the maintenance list, but I don't want to have machines not operating on the plant floor because the maintenance crew is fixing my rattling heater vent. So we have to build that kind of relationship and that kind of understanding between one another. Tom and I did I think a thing that would surprise most of you with some of our top executives. Our company's tax and financial consultants also provide personal consultancy to Tom and me. And we brought in a couple top executives as we talked about our estate plan. Because I think one of the things they wonder about is, are we going to sell the business? Where are we going with it? And they were shocked to have been so invited. But we need them. And we need them not to be wondering what their future with us is and what their opportunity with us is. So we did.
My quick little add to that is when I was first hired, 21 years old, and my boss said to me, "So you're going to be my boss." I was on day one, and I was like, I just want to know where I'm supposed to work and put things down. But as far as attracting and retaining, we've been very, very fortunate that we've had a lot of key members who that we've developed as a team. They know their roles. They know that it isn't so autocratic at our company. It is collaborative, and they know that ultimately, if a vote has to be taken, one will be do it. But usually, we come around to consensus. They know where a succession plan has been laid out if something were to happen. It's reviewed every year, updated, given who has progressed during the course of the year. We do try to bring people along and have had some upward mobility for others, and they kind of have an idea where they fall into the plan. And these are people whose last name is not Bradford. Some of them have key roles where Judd and I are not allowed to be on our ESOP trustees. They run all of that
earlier that Chelsea and Brian won't ever displace somebody and they won't ever be paid. Are there any other things you want to add to that that address that particular topic or not?
I don't think so. It is something to think about. We do, there are lots of spots at Metal Flow, so I think that people see they have opportunity. They like working at an family business. They appreciate the difference, and I think they see openings for themselves. And we try to educate everyone, not just Brian and Chelsea, but we are working on development plans for all people that we see as key future players. So in that way, we hope they see mobility there.
I'm going to ask one more question, and before I do that, I do want to take a moment and just acknowledge Ellie Fry. She was mentioned earlier, but Ellie, can you wave your hand so these people know who she is? Ellie is the director of the Family Business Alliance in Grand Rapids, and I've had the pleasure of being involved with the alliance, and our firm has from the get-go. For those of you that are active in family businesses and are looking for resources, I would very much encourage you to give Ellie your card, let her give you her card, or at least exchange contact information, because I know from the family businesses that I work with that are involved in the alliance, we've really gotten a lot out of that experience, and Chelsea will do that as well for herself. Last question I have for all of you is, what's the best family business advice you've ever received, or what's the family business advice you did not receive but wished you'd been given by someone?
I think the Browns would like to answer this one first.
Well, there are a lot of people that told me, run away, sell your business quick, and I didn't listen to that advice, so I'm glad I didn't listen to that advice. And I guess, pray for wisdom was, somebody said that to me early on, and I think that really suits, that's really important. And really, a widow of a very prominent man who a widow of a very prominent man told me to listen hard and evaluate the opinions that you're given by different key executives. Compare them, see what makes sense to you, use your head, and you'll do fine. And that's pretty simple advice. It goes with the territory for anybody, not just a family business owner, but that's good advice, and that's probably the very best advice I've ever had.
Probably the best advice, I've gotten a lot of really solid advice just in a few years, but probably the best advice I've been given is to figure out who I am, figure out who Chelsea is apart from Metal Flow, as if Metal Flow never existed. What are your passions? What are your strengths? What engages you? And understand that, and then live that when you're in and outside of Metal Flow. Be true to that person every day. Be able to look in the mirror and feel good about it.
The best advice I didn't get, or I got and didn't hear, was when my brother became president. Although we own exactly the same number of shares in the company, he became my boss. That wasn't easy for me. I'm his older brother. I think I could still take him in the backyard. But there are times when you can debate all day as to whether you pass or run the ball on the next play. And what is important is that when you break the huddle, everybody knows their assignment and is committed to executing it. And I had a hard time enrolling in that. And it was noticed. And I decided to try it, and I liked it. And don't get me wrong, we have disagreements that even with the door closed, people hear. But it's important that I know important that everybody else at the company knows Tom's the boss. And it just makes the business run easy. And as he said, I get 4 days a year when he reports to me.
The best, there's a couple of little litanies of saying. One was to run the business as the business. We've said that repeatedly. 2 was the advice that you make your money off of your customers, not off of your employees. Another one was, be genuine, be true to yourself, and let people see who you are. And I heard a Ray Tang the other day. It was Toyota Motor Manufacturing in Canada, and he kind of talked about it. He thought it was a misnomer that people use the term employees are your best asset. And I went like this, and he said, our employees invest themselves. They invest their time, they invest their emotion, they invest their heart, their spirit, their good work. And he said, I prefer to think of them as investors, and that's kind of stuck with me a little bit too.
Well, thank you. It's 1 o'clock, Jane.
Well, please join me in thanking this great group of we will be sharing with all of them a small token of our appreciation, and I'll note this is from Fabiano, so another family-owned business in Holland for over 100 years, so enjoy that. Thank you again to Cap Trust, to our event partners, the Zealand Chamber and the Family Business Alliance, and thank you for attending, and we are adjourned.